Barber Shop episode 130, coming to you live from Boxo Studio in Hamilton, Ontario, the blast furnace of live music. We provide original music to you each and every Wednesday, live streaming on Twitch TV and on your audio with iTunes and Stitcher Radio, and of course our video podcast available on the ever-present YouTube. Follow, subscribe to our YouTube channel. It is very good. 130 episodes, can't be wrong. Ryan Cannon, I couldn't help noticing you were like relaxed and tanned. You seem like one of those guys who gives advice on the beach. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, you know,
it's all
great.
It's all good.
Yeah.
If you were watching earlier and we disappeared, it was like a little computer glitchy, a little blue screen. And we thought, well, we got to reboot this thing and we got to go live because it's not only an audio experience, it's a visual experience. We have tonight on the show the Human Orchestra. Woo woo. Guys, thanks for coming into the show. How's everyone doing tonight?
Amazing.
All right, I'm going to introduce the folks in the band, and in doing so, I love this band. This band is has a unique sound that draws on all sorts of traditional elements and put together in almost a jambalaya of musical intention. Yeah, and they deliver. A Jumanji. You don't reference yourself. We're getting into movie references.
Sean doesn't understand.
So everyone has, an idea of what who's experienced the Human Orchestra would probably just say they're great. But if someone asks you what kind of music do you play, and we're about to show you exactly what kind of music they play, we'll introduce to everyone in the band. Playing trumpet tonight, Dennis Spellin. What's the Human Orchestra?
So to keep it short and sweet, and I can't even say that these words are my own, but I heard us described as indie folk poppers.
I like that. Because it almost has that, dirty element at the end there with the poppers, because you know what that's used for, right? So it's excellent. It has the street cred, which a band like this could, a band like this could be like assumed to be arty farty, but they're a very good gritty band. Emma Borsellino.
Yes, sir.
Love the way you play. You are a funny, talented, beautiful person, and you rock the saxophone.
I do. It's down there.
Yeah. So what's the Human Orchestra?
Human Orchestra.
What the hell is
an orchestra of humans? Yeah, I think you stole what I was
thinking.
The pop horns.
But they think is one.
Yeah. We just want to imply that the most important part is with horns. So
yeah, that's where the orchestra comes from.
Yeah, exactly. So indie folk poppers. That's good. Pretty damn accurate.
Paul Paulsino playing keyboards and guitar. You obviously have the ability to write and to play, and you probably hear orchestration and everything. This band is something that's, a big part of who you are. What is the Human Orchestra? If I just met you and you told me you played in a band, and I said, what kind of music do you play? What do you say?
I say we are whatever you want us to be. We can get away with anything.
Prostitute.
Anything for the right price.
How much money you got, baby?
So that's a total Craigslist right there.
And
what kind of music do you like?
That's what I am.
That's exactly what kind of music we play.
Yeah, and like I said, the jambalaya, it's a mixed in there. You can't quantify it. It's a bit of everything, but it's a bit of everything you like. And you don't think you're going to have those many elements mixed together and have it still be awesome, but it is. JB Reed, you love to sing. You love to sing with these guys, but you were saying maybe you should have more strife with this band because it's too much fun. You're always getting along and laughing, right?
Yeah, we need to argue a little bit more. I think a little bit of negativity never hurt anybody.
Tension is good, right?
Sometimes, yeah. So classifying our band, the main classification that we used to get was alternative folk rock. Although I think we're kind of dropping the folk out a little bit these days because we used to have a banjo, we don't anymore. We're getting a little bit heavier because the real Ty Howie has officially started like writing a lot of our music, and he's a little bit dark, as you can tell by his attire. And Ty's got a dark soul, so
He's seen some things.
yeah, he's been through a lot.
He wouldn't recommend it.
Ty Howie, you must have been asked that a number of times. What do you tell people when they ask you what kind of music you play?
I think the easiest thing is you just take a genre of music that you think, and then you just add a question mark at the end of it. So it's like you're always questioning yourself. So is it rock or
So deep.
country?
Wow, that's
Or,
very.
No, the easiest thing that I can say is that it's like a creative rock band. It's taking the rock music, but taking all their instruments as well. And like someone just said, we can almost do anything. So give us a Motown song, or give us a ska song, or give it like a rock song, or a country song, or a folk song. You know, we have all those instruments here that we can kind of pull off any style. So
Cool.
yeah.
That is very good. I can work with that. That is. I like that. Let's hear it for the real Ty Howie.
Brilliant answer,
All right.
Tyler.
That's why we bring you places.
Exactly. Now, Sean Curry, you're a kick-ass drummer.
that,
you know,
Sean.
and to keep it all together in a band like this is not easy. You've got one chance, seeing as Luke's not here to pipe in. What's your definition of the band? Right now, the most you can hope for is the silver medal, right? You understand?
Bunch of fun noise.
Yeah. Fun noise.
Yeah, sure. Everything they said.
Everything they said
all
is
put into
also
one.
fun
Yeah.
noise. Well, I've
Probably just grunt right now.
yeah.
He's kind of a bear.
Well,
Something I don't even like it.
I'm hoping that people's appetites are whetted, and that's with an H. Whetted. I hope the appetites are whetted for what you're in store for. They've just released their first full-length album, their second effort out there. You can go check it out. We'll have their links to their site where you can support them and get yourself some killer music in the process. But in the meantime, we're going to kick off with a live tune, as we tend to do here at Barber Shop Podcast. We're going to hear a number of songs, 4 or 5, probably 5, from their self-titled full-length CD. But we're going to start off with something live, because live music is what defines Barbershop Podcast. It's so hard to get anyone in a studio environment and to play music that is representative of what you get at a live show. You can get in the studio like we have here and put together a beautiful, polished piece of work, but it doesn't represent what a live performance is. And to hear something, especially something like this, so complex, performed live, even coming through your all of these little bits and bytes, zeros and ones, you get the opportunity to experience what live music is. You can check them out. They are going to be busy, and it's going to be worth it. So right here, without further ado, from Barbershop Podcast, this is the Human Orchestra.
Hoping, thinking, wondering about these things I ought to know. I shouldn't have to be the one who has to say it, but I know that this is how our story always goes. Here we go, spitting social casualties over and over again. Here we are, oh, hitting our dead ends. wishing, hoping, thinking, missing things from 20 years ago. I have this habit of overcomplicating and overrating, procrastinating where I ought to go. I never thought you'd be the one to give up on the things we both share together. I always knew you to be the one to walk out on the things that we both know. Here we go, spitting social casualties over and over again. Here we are, oh, hitting on that end. Here we go, spitting social casualties over and over again. Here we are, oh, hitting on that end. Here we go, spitting social casualties over and over again. Here we are, oh, heading on that end. Here we go, spitting social casualties over and over again. Here we are, oh, heading on that end.
All right. Human Orchestra right here at barbershoppodcast.com. Smoking. This is the sort of thing that you can check out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can get music, live music, 7 days a week. You don't have to stay late. You don't have to stay all night. You can spend the same amount of time you would have spent watching a dumb TV show going out and enjoying some live music. And I would encourage having a beer or two. You know, if you've had a stressful day, there's nothing wrong with having a beer or two. I'm sure there's some sort of medical study funded by Budweiser that will tell you that that's exactly what you need for yourself. But well done, guys. I mean, I really enjoy that. 130 weeks in, we have not had a bad performance. Nobody has shit the bed at Barbershop Podcast. They really
Good
haven't.
job, Dennis.
There's still time.
You know, from here,
Still time.
no, people like, you know, they may have forgot words and, you know, bumbled a little here, but no one noticed but them, you know, and I'm really amazed because I would have thought somebody would have just, you know, something started, a series of events fell apart. No. And to be able to do it in such a manner, kudos. Good on you. Ryan Cannon, I think I'm going to spin off our sponsor for this evening. We love our sponsor because all the time we need something printed on something. It doesn't matter if we're wearing it on our head or as a shirt, or if it's a banner, or if it's a button, or if it's a sticker, or if it's anything that's printed on anything, you're going to need it. A mug. Yeah, I usually have my Barbershop Podcast mugs, but I've got my one for my birthday that my sweetie bought for me. We got there. But if you need something printed on something, you need to go to hamiltonartist.ca. They're at 1141 Main Street East at Balmoral in Hamilton, just east of the Delta. They, well, like I said, they have got a physical store right there at the corner of Balmoral and Main, right by the No Frills. You can't help. You go in there, it's kind of neat because it is packed with all sorts of great things. We're talking candles, and we're talking decorative wear. We're talking if you want to get a special outfit made up, they will do it for you. If you want to get kind of crazy with it, they'll do it for you. If they can't do it, they'll tell you where you can get it done. That's part of the community. We love them. That's hamiltonartists.ca. We've got the Human Orchestra in the studio tonight. They're a band of many influences, really hard to nail down, but you will tap your toes. You will have a good time. You will enjoy it. Infectious music. Play your CD or your EP all the time, and I love it, and but my kids love it. And that's always kind of a, for me, neat thing. If someone who's like under the age of 10 likes your music, they're not fettered with preconceptions of what's cool and what isn't. They're just right on the edge there. But if you find them humming along with it, or if they like a song, it has musical integrity. It has all the elements of melody and beat. And I think that quite often overlooked is the idiot savant of the music world, the children.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, we actually get a lot of kids shows.
Yes.
Yeah, we've done Gage Park,
Burlington
Yeah.
Arts Center.
Kids coming up dancing.
7 Sundays. We did their family day.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things I love about our band is that we've had like 6-year-olds and like 60-year-olds
60-year-olds, yeah,
come
that's
up to
true.
us and they
Because I won't have to meet them in between, but I know if I've appealed to that and I've appealed to that there's a whole bunch in between that are going to like me too.
We've always
right?
gotten both, which I think is so funny. And I love playing for kids. They're all like, because there's no judgment. Like in a lot of bars and stuff, it's always like, there's always that air of whatever. But kids are just like there to have a good time. They're just like, I love this. And they just like dance around. And of course, they love the horns.
Yeah, who doesn't love the horns?
I know,
mean,
right?
And like I've recorded, and it's like you need the horns, right? As much as it's easy to do it on a keyboard, it's like, well, it's hornish. It's horny.
Never the same.
It's horny.
Horny.
Is it really?
Doesn't quite go all the way though.
It's not full
which is
horn.
the problem.
It's not full horn.
You have to go full horn.
You know, it's a pseudo.
Make it go home.
It's a pseudo horn, and nobody wants
That's my
that.
motto.
How do I do this? Oh yes, I managed to fiddle away the list. So we're gonna play something off of the album. I call it an album because it is an album of work. Take it or leave it. First one we're gonna play off it. Does it have a story? Should we be left in suspended animation?
Don't cry.
Ty wrote this song.
Ty, was it a heartbroken, hurting song?
Well, I guess I wrote some of it.
It was a song idea that just came together. I think it was a late random night where I'm just strumming along at home.
One of those
and
late smoky songwriters.
and I'm not the best with writing words. I'm the best with.
Oh, but you are, Ty. So there's a really funny story about this song, actually.
Okay.
This is going to be the single off of our album. Right, and it's great. The mix is great. The mastering is great. The song is great. It's got this really cool, like, classic rock feel to it. But when Ty first sent me the demo, because I do all most of our lyrics, I thought he wrote the chorus about himself. Like, I thought his name was in the chorus. And at first I was like, what? So I sent it to everybody. I'm like, listen to this. Does Ty say his own name in the chorus? Because the thing is if he had, I would have like loved to just sing about Ty on stage and be like, this song's about our guitar player.
Those are still the lyrics to me.
But it's you get an idea in your head and you strum along, and then literally all I can do is sing gibberish. Like it's just words.
No, that's a Paul McCartney work.
Yeah. Just sing whatever. It's about nothing. And then you hand it off to someone who can write words, and then they turn it into what it is.
I know how to write words.
Yeah. No, it's good. And words are good. But I always said I'm a huge fan of the singer-songwriter, huge fan of lyrics, but people won't give a fuck until they move their butt or they listen to it 5 times. And that comes into the elements of the song and giving them what they need.
Yeah, well, the song's, the composition of the song is awesome. It started off with just, most of our songs do, they start off as just a guitar demo, and then everyone kind of gets to put their own little, like, spice in, and then it's like the song if you listen to the original demo and the finished song, it's like night and day. It's so insane.
I love it when everyone starts to come together on a plan. All right, take it or leave it right here, barbershoppodcast.com. debut. That's the Human Orchestra. Take it or leave it right here from their brand new full-length record album. World debuted right here. Can I get the reverb good dialed up right here, Ryan? Okay, you ready? World debut. Right? Does it take 8 minutes, 6 minutes, like 1 minute, 5 minutes? Yeah, it's world debuting right here on Barber Shop Podcast. I'm telling you. Okay, not now. Like, come on, they're stroking.
It's too late, Ryan
Too
Cannon.
late, Ryan Cannon.
Can't do it anymore, Ryan.
No, it was good. It was good. Okay, world debut, self-titled, Human Orchestra, right here. Take it or leave it. We have got 4 more cuts here for you at Barbershop Podcast. They're going to play a couple more live. We're going to learn a little bit, but not too much because we want to make lots of room for music about the band and their future plans. What do you got planned for the summer? JB, what do you got going on? What's your big hopes and dreams?
Well, because the album, we have like standard album push planned.
Yeah.
Like what our band, we have the luxury of being so giant.
It's
so we've
huge.
divided up responsibilities and decided how we're going to tackle like kind of an epic promo for this album. So we're also pressing it on vinyl, so that'll be out in a couple of months. And I think we're going to add an extra song on that. But for now, like we have Dennis is doing a mail out list, and Ty put together a festival list, and everyone's applying and setting up shows, like multiple release dates in different cities and things like that. So I think this summer's like finally our chance to kind of push this hard, right?
And working hard and learning. That's what I found, right? It's like nothing you do. There's no such thing as wrong. There's like no mistakes. It's kind of like lessons.
Yes.
All the way along, like what works and what doesn't work. It's a great community. You've ingratiated yourself well.
Yeah.
And I think this is really going to fly. Everyone who's seen the band raves about them. They love the fact that it's unique, and it is, as we said, it appeals to 4-year-olds and 94-year-olds, and God knows everyone in between. We got the Human Orchestra right here at Barbershop Podcast. We're going to play another tune off of their brand new CD that you'll be able to get, I'm sure, at all. Where is it going to be available? I mean, because eventually you have to go across the boards and digital distribution.
Yeah.
But I want to say there are places that you can do the bands a favor by going to their own website or going to Bandcamp, for example, where you can listen to it a bit. If you like it, download it. The band gets all the money because a lot of it gets scooped. You do all this work, there's very little, and then iTunes wants a chunk of it. But you have to go out there because that's what people automatically look for it in, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, we have a website, humanorchestramusic.com, and then next up is Bandcamp. That's the most, that's the straightest you can get to the band. Yeah. But then, of course, it'll be on everything else, every other available.
But you want it now.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you want
I mean,
it now,
you
then I go to Bandcamp and download it.
I mean, you're going to watch this episode, you're going to be like, oh, God, I love these guys. And before you forget their name, especially if you've had a couple glasses of wine and you're sitting at home, get this record, okay?
Yeah.
The Human Orchestra.
If you really want it, Emma does home deliveries.
Yeah, I do that shit too, right? So I don't mind trying to get a few of them.
I wear a special
Security.
Order 10 of these bitches.
Okay, before the jocularity takes over, we're going to play another track off of the self-titled full-length CD from the Human Orchestra. This is Reckless Nights right here, barbershoppodcast.com. Take me back. Take me back to right now, because this is brand new world debut music from the Human Orchestra. You love them. You've been waiting for this record, and it is here on Barber Shop Podcast tonight. That was Reckless Nights. I'm not even going to ask about that. Yes, I am, because it's a J.B. Reed song, and it must have some awfully good stories attached to it. And I'm not even going to ask you. I'm going to ask Emma, because you're going to tell me the truth right off the bat. What's the story with that song?
Oh my God! What is it's about? It's about.
That's
She's gonna tell me.
Hey.
Do you want to know what it's about?
It's about somebody getting murdered in an alleyway.
It's about a woman getting cheated on, and then she murders the guy that cheats on her. Like he cheats on her in an alleyway with a prostitute, and then she takes him down to the river and drowns him.
Yeah, so Taylor Swift and her, scratching my truck stuff can go to.
Cool, we just went up. We took it to 10.
I'm good for one weird ass song and album.
Yeah.
So that was this one.
Yeah, it's just this generation's Hey Joe.
I think that song can actually prove that
we can play.
We can play almost anything.
Yeah.
And I really like that song on the album of the rest of the songs, which are folk and rock and this and that, because it's so different.
That one.
Were you conscious about it? Like, we're going to do it in a Mediterranean kind of feel, and we're going to do this and get this instrument, or did it just kind of holistically come out like that?
I just brought it in like that.
It was her strumming pattern.
Yeah.
It was she came in and said, "I have this strumming pattern on guitar," and then that strumming pattern, that's the sound that came out of that.
Yeah.
It's just,
that's wonderful.
That's
the birth of
I wanted
music.
to utilize the different talents in our band, because like Dennis plays guitar. Dennis plays guitar. Dennis plays guitar. I'll get to you, Sean. Dennis plays guitar on that album, and I play guitar on it as well. Emma plays violin. And so it's so we kind of we switched everything up. Sean plays melodica.
Emma has this giant box of random musical instruments, and they were playing
There's
a song.
There's a melodica in there.
And there's obviously no intense drums in it, so I'm like, I gotta pick something.
Yeah.
So I grabbed this weird box, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Describe the melodica for the viewers at home if you don't know what that is. Wow, it's indescribable.
Well,
It's a small.
other than weird boxes opening for vagina.
It's a small keyboard that has a hose attached to it that you blow into.
If John Lennon was an instrument, this is what he would do.
But also on that album, Dwayne Rudder is playing slide guitar, and Melissa Marchese has vocal
fantastic
on that as well.
talent.
So.
Dwayne Rudder is a killer.
mandolin.
Oh yeah, you shredded the mandolin.
He made us bury it in the mix.
Too self
really
critical. All right, I want to use all this energy. I want to use all of this hijinks to show the people more live music, because that's what we do. That's what we do so good, and you get to experience a little bit right here at the world debut of the Human Orchestra's self-titled album debut. They're right here, live, right now at barbershoppodcast.com.
Mama said, hold your breath for 40 days to wash away the devil and his wicked ways. I pray every night before I sleep. In the hands of the Lord my soul will keep. Mama said, hold your breath for 40 days to wash away the devil and his wicked ways. I pray every night before I sleep. In the hands of the Lord my soul will keep. Gonna run from the devil, gonna run, run, run. Run from the devil, gonna run, run, run. Gonna run from the devil, gonna run, run, run. Run from the devil, gonna run. This is how the story is gonna go. When no man's land is the only land that we both know. We weathered the time, sailing through the sea of 1,000 lives. And no matter what they threw at us, we always kept our heads above to stay alive. Oh, I won't come around them anymore. to me it seems like that wouldn't be okay. We can walk the crooked lines, talking about the others from another time. And no matter what they throw at us, we always kept our heads above to stay alive. Oh, I won't come around them anymore. Oh, where things are set to unfold. Oh, I won't come around them anymore. We got the soul reverberating through these bones. Na 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 na.
Yeah, the Human Orchestra killing it right here. Barber Shop Podcast. Coming to you from the middle of May. The year is 2015 for future travelers. This is a magic year for music in Hamilton, Ontario. A magic year for Hamilton, Ontario, where the power will be wrestled from the old guard and given to the future. There is too much good stuff for it to become old and corrupt. Here we are. I'm telling you. I don't know. We're not going to announce it yet, but there's some big news coming out of Barber Shop Podcast, as there is each and every Wednesday. We got some big plans. Ryan and I worked our tails off with the Shameless Subversion project. Just came out last Monday to great critical success. We love it. We'd appreciate it if you love it. Love it. Love it. Music as a agent of change, not as background music, not as a tool to try to sell you a political viewpoint or a plastic product, but music to make you think, to make you feel, because that's what it's meant for. It's a gift. Use it well. And the Human Orchestra is gifting us tonight. They are world debuting their brand new Get It Now self-titled CD. The Human Orchestra. We've got another one, Other Side.
Another Ty Howie song.
I've heard it many times, and to lay it down, did it because as you played it and as it's progressed as a song, did you have a particular idea of exactly what you wanted, or were you willing to let the recording dictate itself?
I think that one I had an idea. That one started when there was other members in the band. And it started in a basement where we used to practice. And that one and it was the horns. And I had the horns idea, and I came and I said, okay, I'm going to play this, and you're going to go.
You're going to play this,
and you're going to, and this
Which
is
is
it.
rare, because usually it's like, okay,
I know.
the song is done. Horns, do your thing now. It's your turn.
Figure it out.
That one,
do your thing.
It was, I walked around for days, and I'm like,
I got
have
the part in my head.
This horn thing in my head, and it's never really changed, ever, from that day. So
Yeah, this is the one
You
song
heard
that
him?
hasn't
He
really...
admitted he was Satan. He has a horn thing in his head.
But on that terms, it's progressed a lot with Paul, and we added
Most of
the.
our
The
songs
really
have
cool
grown.
thing is here. You can jot this
Quote you
down.
on this
can
one.
jot this down.
Take this to the bank.
Take this to the bank. Barbershop Podcast. The first time we came in and we played it acoustic, we used to do the breakdown where it was just like. JB had a big drum at the front, and there wasn't really much going on, so it didn't really translate well acoustically. And so we're in the basement of her house practicing, and she's like, just make something up. So So I made up this stupid sax
I
solo.
love when that happens.
Yeah, I was like,
not
just do a
stupid at all.
solo.
Just play a solo. And so
I've been waiting for this moment my whole life.
And then she did it, and I changed that part in the song forever.
Forever.
Like, it's so.
It's a beautiful
So
thing.
that started
it's a
when we
great
came
song.
here.
Yeah, and it's funny because when I think of you guys, that's the song that pops in my mind. I've heard you play a bunch of times, and it is the signature song to me of the Human Orchestra. And
Well, the
we have-
recording is special because it's like really horn heavy. We have Brienne came in and
really horny.
It is.
It's extra
you know what?
horny,
This song
baby.
it is.
Yeah, we did get guest Brienne Caputo.
She came in and did some like
She's amazing.
harmony trumpet parts and things like that. So good.
The thing about a recording, you make love to the thing. It's the girlfriend experience. And what do you do? Because it's forever, right?
Yes.
So you take your time and you care. And this is a great song from a great band right here, Other Side on barbershoppodcast.com.
Breaking hearts is what you do best. With no answers, every question you have puts me to the test. Here alone, the waterfront reminds me why I stay, and I try to find a reason to hold out for one more day. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Thinking of all your graceful self-destruction, breaking down the old buildings we used to love. Standing tall, we can see those crumbling walls, and we'll wander by the water while the city around us falls. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Follow me. We can live so elegantly, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side, and I know you'll be waiting on the other side. Follow me. I know that we can live so elegantly. Follow
Yeah, we just took you to the other side. Awesome song from the Human Orchestra. That's THE, human as in you. Orchestra as in an amalgamation of instruments creating one unified sound. There you got them right here. Barber Shop Podcast, middle of May. What do we got? I don't know, 13th, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
Middle of May 2015. For future generations, this is Barbershop Podcast, your source of live original music from the heart of Canada. If you look at it, you look at the lakes and, kind of like the lungs and whatnot. Like Hamilton's right there. It's a heart.
It is.
We're
Are
driving.
we really the lungs? Are we?
No,
We're not.
we had a transplant.
Some sick lungs.
Economic depression
lungs.
is only good for this town.
Yeah.
At the turn of the century, this was the premier piece of sports fishing in all of North America. The fish that you could pull out and eat right in Hamilton and in Coots Paradise, and I'm talking salmon, steelhead, trout, like were the size and the class that at the time that was just like whatever. It's like you said, you realize how much money you can make on sports fishing. Like we had no idea when we were dumping slag and toxins in the lake to make steel. It's like one day Koreans will do that way cheaper, but they can't. They got carp. Fuck carp. We've got these great fish. But it's coming back, much like the fish, much like we're fucking the carp. Not literally. Hey,
Possibly
Similar to
literally.
fucking the dog.
we are erecting
New
barriers,
bus lane song.
anti-carp barriers. We don't mind being a little bit speciesists against the carp because they're not native species. And they screw things up here. Native species is what we like. We like the Human Orchestra because they are, what a segue, eh? Native species.
Native
Big
species.
little roundabout came right back there.
I like it.
Slight detour.
Like,
All comes back.
found a way.
Went into
Comes
sport
back around.
fishing.
All it needs
back
a
to us.
crack a
All
light.
makes sense.
Human Orchestra in the house tonight in the shop. Barbershop Podcast. If you like it, you love it, share it, subscribe to it, make it your best friend. If not, make it your secret, dirty little secret. Yes. We have the Human Orchestra in here tonight, and they've got one more. They got one more live song, don't they, Ryan Cannon? I don't know. I'm going to leave it up. I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you. Should we play another one-off of their brand new world debut songs that no one else has ever heard before, or should we treat them to a live performance of something that is
Also never heard before.
also but live,
Not
like
even by us.
I mean, it's like what like when you go into an Italian bakery, you have to choose between like I can't. I mean, everything looks good. Everything looks good. I can't do it. The bread or the bread. I don't know. We're gonna go live. We're gonna go live because that's what we do. We're gonna end on a couple few off of the album. Let everyone relax, put down their horns, and unstrap it. But because it sounds so good, it's so real, it's so pure. It is live. Human Orchestra right here at barbershoppodcast.com.
Well, you can call on that old-time mystic wisdom. Take a look inside my crystal ball. But the spells of broken promises, the surrender will not be so. You can decorate the spaces on your mantle with all the different places that you know. But your spells of broken promises, your servant's tongue will not be shown. The story of my dearest love, you know it haunts me. So silently he followed me to sight unseen. A sweet caress and nothingness, you know he taunts me. But here I stand, distress's queen. Well, you can falsify the records in your history to show a more impressive family matter how the branches twist this time, you won't include me. When you remember to return what you've forgotten, don't be surprised to see the wrecks you left behind. Cause the rips and tears, your memories are stones throw from leaving me blind. The story of my dearest love, you know it haunts me. So silently he followed me to sights unseen. A sweet caress and nothingness, you know it haunts me. But here I stand, distressed as queen. But here I stand, distressed as queen. Of my dearest love, you know it haunts me. So silently he followed me to sights unseen. A sweet caress and nothingness, you know it haunts me. But here I stand, distresses queen.
Yeah, the Human Orchestra right here, barbershoppodcast.com. Brand new music. You can get it. You can get it from their website, which is
humanorchestramusic.com.
Human, not the, even though the band is the Human Orchestra.
yeah,
when
the.
you are lurking it up, and we've learned this the hard way, right, Ryan? What was it? What was the Captain Easy?
Oh, Triop.
Triops.com.
Yeah.
Tripod.com.
Yeah,
Put out a
Triop.
CD and we look at it and say, Triop.
Couple weeks.
Expensivefail.com.
Well, actually, all of our social media doesn't have, none of our social media has a the on it. It's all
And
Human
we all
Orchestra.
lived together then too, so it was awkwardness on
Yeah.
top of awkwardness.
Yeah, there was no real excuse for
dare
it.
you.
BHO.
Yeah, but
We need the T so we're not hoes. Hey, you
Way
hoes.
more class than that.
thank
wanna play?
goodness. Thank goodness that the internet is super fast and smart these days. And every time everyone's like, well, you didn't put this, it's like, I got a CD. Like, you have a name. The internet exists. Someone will find you.
Yes.
As long as you have a name, don't worry about it. People will find you, but make them pay attention. Yeah. Human Orchestra, band to pay attention to. They are super good. And I wanted to touch on this. A big band is tough to keep together, to keep everyone on the same page. Are you good with that? Like, no, I mean it's tough because people. It's not that people don't buy into it. It's just that their life happens, right?
Yeah.
Life
Yeah, of
happens. So
course.
you're like, oh, this so sucks because I get this. I like this person, and they got an opportunity to teach in Paris. You know,
Yeah.
fuck. You know, what am I going to do? Do you like make giant plans, or do you like kind of like the next month, the next 6 months? How do you plan?
Furthest we planned ahead was our Burlington show a little while back. That was booked almost 6 months in
April, yeah.
advance.
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
make plans. Like, there's only a couple of us are original. Actually, I think in this room, it's really just me left. And then up next would be Luke, and then Paul, and like everybody kind of, you know. But our band's been kind of lucky because we are huge, and that is a challenge sometimes. But like, we're very lucky in the sense that every time something bad happens to us, it's always like almost immediately followed by something good.
Yeah.
So it's like if someone drops out, then it's like Dennis and Emma and Paul like saw our band before
Yeah.
they were in our band. band.
Yeah.
So it's so, and even Sean, I think
yeah,
too.
I saw, yeah.
So it's so much. It's like we lose somebody, but then there's always somebody there who's like, oh, I love what you're doing, this and this and that. So we've always been really, really lucky that way. But this version of the band has actually been together the longest.
A year.
Yeah, we've been together a while now, and I think we almost think alike now. So it's not
It's
difficult.
frightening.
It's not difficult
and
to make
it's
plans.
so necessary. I mean,
Yeah.
an individual artist or someone who's doing it basically on their own with a bunch of ringers, it's like so easy to fall between the cracks.
Yeah.
Where it's like you guys must have that to realize everyone's gonna have their high points, everyone's gonna have their low points.
Yeah.
But when there's 6 or 7 or 8 of you, my goodness, it's like there's no capacity for us all to shit the bed at the same time. Right? It's like-
Well, our band's really it's actually on stage. On stage, we take really good care of one another.
Yeah.
One misses something,
Yeah.
someone else is always ready.
do
and
the
that's-
eyes go though? As soon as someone fucks up, it's like, ha ha!
Do the look.
Do the James Brown look. Ha! Ten dollars. Ha!
JB has the look when she has no voice left. She looks over. She'll be like singing,
going through
singing, and then she turns and she goes.
I was going through this
And that's all I get. That's all I get. It's like you're up.
I was going through this period where the weather was really bad, and it's like I was just making it from show to show, right?
Yeah.
Like my voice holding up. I was just barely making it. So on stage, I'm going, and then I'm like. I just look over, and it's like just like 2 seconds, and Emma's like, and she like steps up to her microphone, but then it's like, but even North by Northeast, like Sean and I messed up the same song at the same time, and the rest of the band just like fixed themselves, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
everyone's
this
always here
Terminator
to like,
4.
yeah, kind of catch everyone else, which is really nice.
Awesome symmetry. Everything working so good together.
Scary.
Human Orchestra, self-titled album just about to come to your ears. You're going to like it. You're going to love it. Center of the city. You know, it's kind of where we are right now. Hamilton, Ontario, the center of the city. Human Orchestra right here at Barber Shop Podcast.com.
So let's assess the situation about things you want me to know. So read your letters on the one-track train wreck that leads to parts unknown. In it you say we all make choices and we all have to live with them. I see you not living with yours, yet here I am doing the best I can. Even though I don't know which way to go, you have me waiting in the center of the city, just hoping for a phone call. Even though I don't know where to go, you have me waiting in the center of the city, and I've never felt so alone. You say that I never really tried, when I know I tried all the time. You tell me to take a look at what's inside, but all I saw were those dead eyes. So I'll stay and you walk away, so everything remains the same. You go off preaching your change, but here I am, still taking the blame. Even though I don't know which way to go, you have me waiting in the center of the city, just hoping just hoping for a phone call, even though I don't know where to go. You have me waiting in the center of the city, and I've never felt so alone.
Barber Shop Podcast.
I don't want to do
It was good in theory. In execution, it fell flat.
Yeah,
but the
yeah.
record and
big
the
plans,
album.
though.
Big
it.
plans.
Oh,
You can't do it now.
I was ready to go.
I was ready.
That wasn't a pregnant pause. That was at least, what, fourth trimester, at least. Not the fifth. Barbershoppodcast.com, the Human Orchestra, right here, live, bringing to you their original music, both in studio and on their brand new self-titled record that is going to be available anytime now, probably right now, right? Can they
Yeah,
get it right
very
now?
s- very
They can get it at very soon. If not, you look up humanorchestramusic.com and you look up Bandcamp. Those are the sites. After that, it'll get to you. But if you want to see them, you got to get coming up in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah,
No?
well, the release of this album is, it'll be July 11th at the
July
Casbah.
11th at the Casbah,
Yeah.
corner of King and Queen in Hamilton, Ontario. Kitty corner to the Scottish Rite.
The Scottish Rite.
Don't you know?
That's right, we tried to book them, but I don't,
They were having none
they
of it.
weren't having none of it.
You weren't Masony enough.
That's right. That's right.
It's such a killer building, though, isn't it?
Oh, it's
It is.
beautiful.
It's like I want to lurk there. I want to just go
wanna
there.
lurk.
And
I
July
wanna get my
11th.
lurk on over
and July
there.
11th would be a super night for lurking,
Oh,
right?
for
Because you know it's
sure.
going to be cool. So
An
you
early
want to be
show,
there.
we're going to lurk
At-
party.
That's right.
rain.
CD release.
A lurk party.
Launch at the Casbah. Right there, corner King and Queen, July 11th, 2015. If you were watching it, if you're watching it after that date, too bad you missed it. But you can still get their music, their CDs. Yellow Bird.
That's right.
Now that is
Also about Ty.
yeah. Also
Oh,
about time.
I think Paul should explain this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of
Explains itself.
deep meaning that is so significant to it.
Paul. Talk about
Take it away.
I actually wrote the song by accident.
I
then
knew
called
it
it
would
Yellow
be
Bird.
special.
I was
No,
trying.
I wrote the lyrics. That's where the title comes
It
from.
was a bright yellow firebird and
Yellowbird is the name of the song comes from an homage to one of my favorite artists, Connor Oberst. He uses the term in one of his songs, and a yellow bird is when you find like your soulmate. Is
Right.
the idea behind finding a yellow bird. It's an unusual like occurrence. So
It's
that's
true.
where that comes from. But I think the original feeling behind the song that Paul sent me with his original demo, I think that's like the idea, right? It's that heartbreak. You find that person, and it's
Yeah.
like. You get your shit ripped out of you. And
yeah, it's either happened.
And then you have a Spanish interlude.
Yeah, then you go to
Spain.
we have to use all of Paul's many talents.
Yeah.
It's true. Paul Sino has many talents, and
Does.
they're milked
Spanish
to
is one.
completion. This one.
Spanish is one of them.
All right, Barbershop Podcast. Too much jocularity. Yellowbird.
Yep.
Barbershoppodcast.com.
Now to me it's not the same. Ain't with you it's just a game. You push me out, bring me down, keep it drunk,
Okay, that is Yellowbird, brand new from the Human Orchestra, right here at barbershoppodcast.com. A world debut. A great night. A great night. That could have been awful, but how many times have we let an awful night happen, Ryan Cannon? Don't answer that question. Never. Never is correct. And everyone leaves here and goes, that was the best time I've had. It's like, you're fucking right, it was. We try hard. And that's why we're going to pursue Wellington Breweries for a beer sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's killing me to make everyone in a good time. But you know what? You can have a good time. You can have a good time on your own. You can watch this episode. You can enjoy it. You can pick up a CD. You can pick up some digital downloads. You can go out to a live club. But make music part of your life. Not a booty call, but the real deal. Constant, regular, reassuring, still and hot. You know, it's all good. Barbershoppodcast.com each and every Wednesday. Next week, we got Mr. Steve Sinix, who was, and if memory serves me correctly, the very first video podcast guest. Going all the way back to like episode number 10. Episode number, was it 9 or 10? 9 or 10. Number 9. He was a single digit. The very last single digit is coming back next week on Barbershop Podcast. Might have Randall Hill with him on mandolin. God knows it's going to be good. You've had the enjoyment of the Human Orchestra in both of your ear canals at the same time tonight. You're going to enjoy it each and every time you listen to it. Same as Barbershop Podcast. For all of the folks in the Human Orchestra, for Ryan Cannon and Gary Greenland and everyone involved in this great show, thanks for coming out. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Yeah.